Hey guys, hope everyone's doing well. Just got back home from London. Luckily, everything went pretty well for me, so super thankful again to like all my friends, all my training partners, my family. They just make what I do possible. Um, so today I just want to talk about when should you start competing in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So pretty much like how early can you start competing? And I want to talk a little bit about myself too. So I started competing, I think, like 2 or 3 months into training, and I didn't really have a lot of technique. I think told the story about my first tournament where I didn't really know any takedowns or anything like that, but my instructors told me not to pull guard, so I just like ran around for 5 or 6 minutes, however long the match was. Um, So, that can happen when you have a new person competing for the first time. I think just the advice I give to people, to students when they start jiu-jitsu and they ask me when they should start competing, I usually suggest that they go and watch a tournament first, just to kind of get a feel for the tournament and the atmosphere, and just to see like what to expect, to have some type of expectation. I know a lot of people think it's like, blood sport, where you go into the kumite and it's in this dark, you know, dark warehouse somewhere, and there's no rules. But competing is nowhere near like that. It's usually in like a really nice venue. There's rules. There's referees. They have everything there. But a beginner doesn't really know what to expect. So I always suggest that they go and watch the tournament first, and just get a feel for like the atmosphere, the environment there, because even if you go to a tournament and you're not competing, there's still going to be like adrenaline. There's going to be a lot of just emotions in the air, especially if you have friends competing and you want them to do well. So sometimes, I think for me too, like it's not too bad when I'm competing, but when I'm watching my friends compete, man, I get more nervous, and my heart starts to pump, and my pulse is racing, and I have a lot of friends. They're kind of crazy, so they leave everything until like the last seconds. So you gotta like scream and like, come on, you can do it, you can do it, and man, you get so like amped up, it's crazy. So again, there's really no limit on when you should compete, but I think you should watch your first tournament, and just be just very watchful. So just very observant of what's going on and what the rules are and what people are doing. Um, but you can do a tournament within like maybe 1 or 2 months of training. You might not win the tournament, but that's usually not the goal. For beginners, if we have beginners go and compete, it's just for them to get more experience. I like to think of it like I think I said this before, but it's like Dragon Ball Z with the hyperbolic time chamber. When you go and compete, it's like that one tournament could be worth like 3 to 6 months of training. And so if you really want to level up really fast, that's a great way to do it. You're gonna just get really tough, and you're just gonna have more confidence in yourself when you compete against someone that you've never met before, that is your same weight and your same skill level. It's just gonna make you better. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you want to compete, go for it. I'm always a big fan of developing some technique, but as long as you have like some basic takedowns and maybe a submission or something, and some sweeps, and maybe a basic guard, could be an open guard or a closed guard, just something, some type of technique, I think you can do really well. And that's it, guys. So if you're looking to start competing, I never push students to go and compete, even though I think it's a really good tool. Some people like competing and they're hungry to go compete, but others are kind of more reserved. But I think you should compete at least one time in your jiu-jitsu career, just to get the experience and just to see what you're made of, because you really get you when you compete, you really get to see what kind of person you are under pressure in that stressful situation. Some people, they really flourish in that kind of environment, and so others kind of break in that environment. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you like this video, please like it. Until next time, ciao.